All right, here's a live look outside the aerial lift bridge this morning. Pretty calm conditions here and glassy waters, and well, that's an indication that we don't have very much wind out there. But something else that we do have that's starting to fall at least closer to the Twin Ports is some light snow, at least in our western area. So looking at our 6 cameras here, all across the region, we've got one in Bemidji, Cass Lake, Squaw Lake, Grand Rapids, and then I-35 down by Cody Avenue, or further down here towards Grand Avenue. And we're going to continue to see the snowfall here moving from northwest to southeast, and it looks like in Grand Rapids the snow has already made its way past that region. I was just looking at the floodwood camera as well, which is actually the load camera in the back right, but it looks like maybe the lights went out there. There is some snow falling as well down the US 2 corridor. So now look at the latest road conditions here from MnDOT. Notice how the partially covered roadways have now extended further down here, again closer to floodwood. I'm also seeing some snow reported down by the Atkinson Bridge down on I-35. So as we continue to progress through the morning hours, we'll continue to see the snow fill in here across the region. And again, it looks like most of this is reaching the ground. So if you're traveling along the I-35 corridor, you'll encounter some light snow, as well as up the 2 corridor and up the 71 corridor towards International Falls and Big Fork in those zones. So do expect some snow here this morning. It's also cold out there with temperatures currently into the single digits for all areas. Grand Marais now up to 0 degrees, 4 on top of the hill, 8 in Ashland, 8 in Superior, 6 in Ironwood, and then 9 in Hinckley. So everywhere it's kind of cold this morning, but pretty seasonable actually for this time of year. And talking about our highs, well, we'll get to about the mid-teens here, at least on top of the hill. So a little bit cooler than what we were expecting since yesterday, but that's not too big of a deal since the wind will be certainly on the lower side today. And some areas down to the south and west can certainly get into the low 20s, which again is pretty close to average for this time of year, for it almost being January now. But again, we're expecting a little bit of light snow through the daytime hours. In terms of the snow, it's not going to be a whole lot here, maybe up to 2 inches for most areas. I think it's going to be maybe an inch at best for most areas, but parts of the snow belt could pick up maybe up to 4 inches as lake effect snow continues here even after Clipper system moves on through. So here's where it is right now. It'll continue to pull on through. High pressure will build in behind it with maybe a scattered snow chance for tomorrow morning. That high pressure moves through on Wednesday and into New Year's Day. During the morning hours, there could be yet another round of some light snow during the morning hours, and so that's not looking to be all too impactful. I think the cold here is going to be something that's going to be more notable. So looking at New Year's Eve here tomorrow afternoon, it'll feel like -10 to -20 with winds back out of the northwest, 15 to 20 miles per hour. And well, at midnight, it'll feel closer to -20 to -30 for many areas. And then during the day on New Year's, it'll feel like -5 to -10, so moderating a little bit. And then it's going to feel cold once again here heading into Thursday night or New Year's night. So it's going to be cold here leading up to New Year's and perhaps to start the New Year's as well. But heading into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it's going to be warming back up here from the low teens back to the low 20s. And we could even be, well, maybe signs of being above average here heading into mid-January. So we'll watch that here. But otherwise, the next chance of big time snow isn't really here in the horizon. Maybe just a chance of mix here on Sunday.